afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be your council member for the Navajo area, San Carlos area, and for this library. And I want to tell you something about the way we talk about leaders and talk about elected officials. As we were going through our election cycle in 2020, and I'm running for city council of this area, and Sarah Jacobs is running for Congress, we knew each other before that, and we've been friends for a while before that, and the thing we care about most is our families and our children. And so when we're talking about policies at the federal level, we're talking about the San Carlos Library. We're talking about your families. You know, you do your income taxes every year, and you're like, it's getting more complicated. This is really coming back to us. The person in Washington is making sure not just that your taxes are coming back to you, which is fair, but that your children are cared for. So I really want to acknowledge Sarah Jacobs and her leadership for this community. You know, she has 650 to 700,000 constituents. I only have 157, so she's got a lot more souls to take care of, but she's taking care of San Carlos. You know, the San Carlos Library, after Coles Mountain, is probably the most recognizable thing, the most recognizable institution. I know it's a mountain. Is it an institution? Yeah, it is. It's the most recognizable institution in all of the eastern part of San Diego. And for 50 years, it's been the place where families come together to learn, where students are learning the past, but also building the future with our robotics programs that come through here, and where people from all over the community want to know, how are they going to improve the Navajo community? Missy, I love the fact that you brought up the songs, and I just, you know, a song that came out 3 years later was Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. And the dream of building the new San Carlos Library is more alive than ever. I will not hit that falsetto right now, but that dream is staying alive.
But you will at the opening of the new library.
I will. Whether you're a mother or whether you're a brother. So it's because this library means so much more than just the walls that it will build. For 50 years, people have put their heart and soul into this, and I am just the next leader, and when I am gone, I will make sure the next leader after me cares about it and gets, well, we're gonna have the new library by then. They're gonna make sure the computers are updated, that the books are updated, that the chairs have a little bit more cushion. We want fancy things in the city of San Diego. But the dream that came before, you know, folks like Jack Weiner, Stan Zubel, former Councilmember Judy McCarty, they're the ones who made sure that we were in place. The common and sometimes overused quote is, you stand on the shoulders of giants. Well, those folks and their family members who are here, the staff members who used to work for those leaders are here. I'm sure they were friends of yours. They are making sure that that dream stays alive, and it couldn't happen if we didn't say we owe it to them. We don't want their efforts to be in vain, and that's what we are here to do. If you are a family member or a former staff member of Jack or Stan or Judy, would you please stand up so we can applaud you and your family members for all you've done. David Pfeiffer, is David Pfeiffer here? He's the architect who's been on this since 1998. You know, the last time the Padres went to the World Series. Hey, it's coming back, all right? Yeah, don't pitch to Bryce Harper. That's the lesson we learned last year. And then David Egge, who loves this community so much. You know, people know how big your heart is, and I know how big your brain is, because it takes a lot of smarts and strategy and leadership. And so David, you're quite a hero to this community, and anytime you call and say, Raul, I need this, we're gonna go get it for you. It might take a budget cycle and a half, but we're gonna get it for you. And Sarah will get it for you too. Please, let's give David a hand. we talk a lot about the library, but I just want to say real quick. If you haven't driven down Navajo Road recently, we've started the mill and pave. Navajo Road is going to get paved this month and into next. 1.8 miles. And we're going to make sure that Burtech Construction doesn't leave their pipes hanging out and all the other stuff, because I can see next door, we're taking care of making sure that our contractors are making sure things are safe for you as you drive around. I read next door personally, believe me. If you say bad things, I just ignore them. It's okay, I know you. And then last but not least, if you need anything further, Anthony Hackett, my staff representative, who takes care of San Carlos, please reach out to him. I know those who've worked with him know he is, I've asked him not to run against me for he would win. And then last but not least, the day deserves a proclamation, of course. It's still actually at City Hall because we've got to get one more signature on it. But I will read it for you because it's law. It's law. Whereas the San Carlos Branch Library was founded in 1974 and faithfully serves the communities of San Carlos, Del Cerro, Allied Gardens, Grantville, and Lake Murray. And we all know people from El Cajon drive over here too. Whereas the San Carlos Library is an integral part of this community and offers a variety of programs tailored for both older adults and children, ensuring an inclusive experience for all. Whereas the San Carlos Library is dedicated to empowering young minds, supporting the academic growth by providing an environment for completing homework, hosting youth robotic team meetings, and organizing a summer reading program. And whereas the San Carlos Library is a unifying presence, no more true words have ever been said, that bridges the age gap, fosters community support, and brings residents together through its study area, craft circles, and inviting space that encourages connections among individuals. Therefore, the Council of the City of San Diego declared today, January 13th, to be San Carlos Library's 50th anniversary day in the City of San Diego. You all deserve a big round of applause for all the work you do. And believe me, when they come before council, I say, hey Misty, what's going on with San Carlos Library?
Every time.
When the San Diego Library Foundation meets at the Central Library and they're like, it's been this many years, and I say, hey Misty, San Carlos Library, don't forget about 92120, 92120. But she is working incredibly hard. You know, when we had COVID and we had to tighten things up because of lack of dollars and we needed to restructure some things, she had the hardest job in the city that said, hey, the libraries are where we need to figure out how to restructure some of our employment, make sure people aren't working hour to hour, but instead have more hours and they can get health care and can have pension. Like, that was the hardest 9 months of any department director. I'm telling you truthfully, no one was sweating it more because no one understands that libraries are at the heart of a community like Misty Jones. She got us through it. She made sure we had people hired. She made sure they're paid well. She made sure that your kids and your families are taken care of here. She made sure the air conditioning's working. Because San Carlos is in the east part of the city and it gets hot. Misty, I want to end my comments by saying that the city of San Diego has elected leaders, and then there are leaders, and you are a leader. Let's give Misty Jones a round. I'll conclude my comments with this. My son is 11 weeks and 2 days old. My wife reads to him every day. I sing to him every day. I should be reading, right? Yeah, it's poetry. Believe me that when I tell you, this library is at the top of my mind. It is at the center of my heart. And when people say, is it a good use of money? I'm saying to myself, there isn't a better use of money. Let's build this library and let's get it done. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our representatives who were able to come out today, and for everyone that could come and attend our celebration. Please hang out, have some, we got activities for the kids outside. We're going to have cake and juice and water and cookies. And we have also have a scavenger hunt for the kids out in the library. But please stay and mix. The friends definitely want to talk to you about joining their group. So please stick around. We have great 70s music outside, and we'll have a slideshow. You can take the time to read the history of the library. But thank you all for coming out today.